You make a dish, right? You've been tasting it, you're like, that's a perfect dish. You give it to someone, they sit down at the table, the first thing they do, what do? They pick up the salt and pepper, start sprinkling it all over, and I'm like, bop, 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 bop. Taste it first, then add some. Anyway, okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This one is called A Lazy Chef's Guide. What do I call this one? The Lazy Chef's Guide to Zero Waste Cooking. Oh. So my channel, Lagom Chef, is all about food waste. Why food waste? Because food waste is pointless. In the world of food waste, there can be a lot of big topics, lofty topics, about the sustainability, environmental, regenerative farming, all of this kind of stuff. I'm a chef, I care, and it loses me. So what I want to give you is a very snapshot view into how I think we can solve food waste. It's very quick. It's got 3 letters. Eat, right? It is the solution to food waste in your home is eating. One of the most wasted ingredients in the world is potato. 4.4 million potatoes are wasted every single day in UK homes. Absolutely barbaric. So I'm going to show you a dish, the lazy way, of how you can solve that. And I'm also going to show you a fantastic bean dish that is so simple, so quick, so delicious that you'll have no excuse to waste food ever again in your life. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. I love you all. Thank you so much for following this channel. It means the world to me. Now the point that I'm doing this, or the reason that I'm doing this, get out of the way, is because I want you to understand no matter your budget, no matter your gender, no matter your race, anything, you can play a role in cutting out food waste. Is it hard? No. It's absolutely the easiest thing in the world. And this is what I want to prove, because there was this fantastic campaign by a company called Karma called Radical Slacktivism. And it was all about getting people who are slack or lazy involved in food waste. The easiest thing to do was tell them to eat. And this is where I'm coming from. So I was like, oh, we should team up. They were like, no. Once again, food has to be tasty for you to eat it. So thinly slice a little bit of garlic. That can go into the pan. And then a little bit of olive oil maybe, why not? Feeling fancy. Nice glug like that, yeah? So it's nice and lubed up. You go on the heat. So things that are fantastic to make dishes on the fly, which I always talk about, the dry store. So if I've never told you what Lagom means, Lagom is the Swedish philosophy of not too much, not too little, just right. It is beautiful. Now, if you think about Swedish things like IKEA, for example, if you have too much furniture in your house, then what's going to happen? You're going to have a cluttered house. If you don't have enough furniture, you're not going to be able to put stuff away and it's going to look scruffy. If you have this Lagom, the perfect balance, you have these amazing sort of like space-saving bits of furniture. Lagom, balance. Oh. So if you have too much in your house, like fresh ingredients, you're going to create waste. You're going to have this pressure. You're going, oh my God, I've got to use that cauliflower, all this kind of stuff. If you don't have enough stuff, dry store, then you're gonna not be able to cook creatively. So you're not gonna be able to think on the fly and go, oh, I've got that courgette, what do I do? So the dry store plays a massive role and all of that stuff never goes off. Spices, lentils, pulses, tinned things, vinegars, oils, that never goes off. That is the backbone of the kitchen. And then all you have to do is plug fresh ingredients in. So today, got a bit of spinach, that doesn't go off, and you've got a dish, yeah? So you find this balance of not having too much fresh produce, don't create waste, very good. We win at life. Here we go. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to use this 80s peeler. Here we go. This is just a Queen organic butter beans. So some dishes, I like to use the lube because it adds this really nice sort of creaminess to it. But this time I'm just going to decant sort of like half the can. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. It's all right. It just takes that salty water. Zero waste, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the solution. So look, you've got this wonderful harissa that's just been sweating off for a little bit with the garlic. If the garlic's thin, it doesn't take long to sort of like bring out the flavors. And also, when you're cooking, you need to think about what you want to happen, right? So with garlic, I've been over this before, but let's talk about it. If you have it whole, so say I just bashed a clove and chucked it in there, it won't be as strong, right? If you sliced it thin like I did, it's gonna have a little bit more punch to it because the oils are gonna be released. If you go super fine, like grated on a microplane, it's gonna have some real slap to it, okay? So that's what you need to think about. Where do you want it to play in the dish? Do you want that garlic to be overpowering, or do you want it to be this subtle sort of like caramelized undertone? Subtle caramelized undertone for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else is going in there for the minute. We are under control. Tell you a funny story while we're here. Just went to the coffee shop around the corner, Pavilion, fantastic place. I was like, oh, can I have that chocolate almond croissant? I left, I got here, and I had a plain croissant. You know what I said? I believe the solution to food waste is eating. One of the most wasted ingredients is potato. What is the best way to solve food waste in the laziest form? Leave your comments below. You haven't got any time. 3, 2, 1. Chips. A chip butty. If you wanted to make your own chips, do it. But this is a solution to food waste. The amount of potatoes that get wasted every day, even in manufacturing and processing like that. Eat. Just eat. It's not hard, is it? So the beans, Look, they're not even ready yet, just been simmering away, but a little bit of that lube, look, it's created this lovely little sauce in there. Now have a think, no seasoning has gone in, and we'll balance this later once it's reduced down a bit more, but you're gonna need a little bit of vinegar. I think all the other flavours just gonna work. Let this not tickle away and we'll be back in a minute. Come on baby, light my fire. Right, ladies and gentlemen, talking about food waste, the other amazing thing that you can have in your kitchen is this. A freezer. Can you see this? Whenever I get bread and I don't eat it, I just put it in the freezer. Don't let it go mouldy. Look, it's a rock solid. 5 minutes, she'll be defrosted and we can use that for the back. Very nice. This is another wonderful lesson in cooking, is time. Beans have cooked down. That lube has kind of done something. I haven't even tasted this yet. Oh, it's spicy. Harissa's got a real slap to it. I always bang on about this, but a little bit of vinegar can kind of like cut through. Even though beans are not fatty, they taste a bit flabby. You know, they've got that kind of like creaminess to them. And the vinegar will just sort of like elevate that. And I'll say it again. I feel like a broken record. Keep tasting. It's the only way you'll get better at cooking. Tasting, 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 taste. Otherwise, you're just gonna be cooking, adding things and going, yeah, I think that's right. The one thing that absolutely, hang on. I'm just gonna put this in. I'm just gonna toast it very badly. Annoys me about cooking. Not annoys me, maybe it does a little bit. You make a dish, right? You've been tasting it, you're like, it's a perfect dish. You give it to someone, they sit down at the table, the first thing they do, what do? They pick up the salt and pepper, start sprinkling it all over. And my mum does it, and I'm like, taste it first, then add some. Anyway, right, I'm gonna pause there, because I'm just waiting around doing nothing. What I'm gonna do is gonna be very lazy. Oh, a little bit of ropey old cheese. Cheese lasts forever, doesn't it? It never goes off. Right, so the beans here, the sauce has wazzled down a little bit. I'm just gonna let it down with a little bit of water. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of baby spinach in there and just wilt that down. While that's happening, grate a little bit of cheese. Now, things like cheese are a fantastic thing when you add to a sauce. Like this is vegan at the minute, but let's make it non-vegan just for a laugh. Oh, there goes my knuckle. It's only me eating this, but there's a bit of knuckle in there somewhere. God, that was painful. So things like cheese, they do add like a wonderful flavour, but also what they do is they are fantastic for sort of like thickening up a sauce and giving it that nice glossy feel, and also that lovely hit of umami, the savoury note that everyone needs in a little bit of food. Right, come on mate, wilt down, we ain't got time for this. Oh, yeah. Should have turned it on. Spinach is whittled down, everyone knows what spinach does when it wilts down. Cheese goes in with some knuckle. Now, I know what you always see, it's on like cookery shows where they're like, do a little wazz of oil. What does that wazz of oil do to the dish? Now, if you look at this, look, vibrant and fruity. This one's got like a little bit of a peppery note to it as well. What it does is it makes the dish extremely expensive because you just added it in, but it sort of gives you that extra little nuance to the dish. Listen to this. It's toasted, very pale. Does it need any butter? Nah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a solution to food waste. How mental is that? Let's chuck it all on. A little bit of extra cheese on top. There you go. Solution to food waste. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. The other solution, which I said from the very offset. Oh, perfect. Chip butty. You need to have a nice bit of butter. Fold that while you sort yourself out. Lay these up and do it in one fell swoop. Is that the right size? Chummy K. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm taking the piss. This is a genuine solution. And people don't even see it. Bun from the freezer, chips one of the most wasted, or potatoes one of the most wasted ingredient. That is a solution to food waste. And that is just a wonderful dish. It's all made from dry store ingredients, bar one fresh ingredient. People think that cooking is complicated and hard and you can't play a vital role in saving the planet by eating food. And I 100% disagree, because anyone could do that. Put a couple of things in a pan, let it simmer, put some cheese in, have a taste, season it up, put some vinegar in, done. So I'm gonna eat this with a palette knife because I haven't got a fork near me. I know this is gonna be delicious. Oh God, that oil at the end. We all know what a chip butty tastes like, but so hot. Ladies and gentlemen, care a little bit, like, subscribe, follow, do all of that kind of jazz. I love you all. Thank you so much for following this channel. It means the world to me. Shut up, mate, you softie. You're gonna make this chip butty and enjoy my life. Bye.